I have faith in Tim Paine. You have no idea how much faith I got in Tim Paine. He didn't have his best day, no doubt about that. But after 3 years, he has hardly put a hair out of place. He has been outstanding as the Australian captain in everything he does. He had a frustrating day. We've got to cut him some slack, surely. But having said that, when you set a standard as high as he does and as we do, we understand we're going to get criticised when we fall below that. It's not what we're about. But Tim Paine, mate, outstanding leader, and will continue to be for some time to come yet. So he has my 100% support. As for Steve Smith, I literally cannot believe some of the rubbish I read about Steve Smith. Absolute load of rubbish. I mean, if anyone who knows Steve Smith, he's a bit quirky and he does some weird, and we've all laughed about it for the last couple of years, and I've spoken about it publicly and I've spoken about it privately about how he's a bit quirky. What Steve Smith does at the crease, he does it probably most games. He's just thinking about the game. Anyone who suggests for 1 millisecond he was trying to do something untoward, they're way out of line. Absolutely out of line. I mean, on that wicket was that flat and it was like concrete. You need 15-inch spikes to make an indent on the crease, and he went nowhere near the crease. So seriously, mate, seriously, I thought that was absolutely ludicrous. And again, in the last couple of years since he's been back, he has been exemplary on and off the field. He's let his bat do the talking. He was abused like I've never seen anything through England, and he just kept smiling and doing his bat do the talking. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. As I said, he showed great courage to go on the front foot, admit that it wasn't up to his high standards, and now he's a very, very determined young man, Tim Paine. He's very passionate about this team and the direction this team's going. So he'll be very, very up for this contest. Yeah, he will. I mean, he's a champion, and champions compartmentalise when it comes to when he gets back into it. He'll start batting again today. I guess his biggest challenge is going to be that he just batted for a long time, the longest he's batted for probably 12 months in the middle. He talked about that pre-test match, and now he's done that. He's going to have to freshen himself up. That's what, again, he's a champion player, and I'm expecting him to be all ready to go for this test. Look, I don't think that we're getting unnerved. I think culturally we're very different the way we play the game, and that's okay. We expect that. But no, I think it's been a good contest. What I love about is that Test cricket's on the map, isn't it? I mean, I say it every year when people start talking about the demise of Test cricket. I look at it and go, it's another example of people are talking about cricket because of Test cricket. I mean, it's a great contest. It's the two best teams in world cricket at the moment going at it. It's brilliant. It's been an arm wrestle since the first Test match. And Test cricket is, I mean, it is, people do get under each other's skin, don't they? Whether it's, and that's what great Test cricket's all about. So I've thought from the start, this series is going to be the survival of the fittest, mentally and physically. And we're seeing that. So it comes down to the last Test match in Brisbane. It's mouth-watering, isn't it, for Test cricket, that the two best teams are going at it, and one of us has to win to retain or take back the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So it's Test cricket at its best, and I'm loving every minute of the contest, as are our players. The distractions are just part of the theatre and the drama of Test cricket. It is now, and it always has been, as long as I've been around anyway. No, look, we'll just see. He's a young guy. He's just played his first Test, so mentally he's going to be exhausted anyway. After a Test match, it's tiring business. So we'll keep an eye on how he pulls up today. He's with shoulders. As long as he can bat, okay, he can catch. It's not as big a deal in Test cricket for us. But we just have to see how. We'll know. We'll probably know by tonight, I reckon, whether he'll be right to go. It's either going to be a quick turnaround and he's back up and into it, or it might be a few weeks. But again, we'll find out. As for Davey, I want to make this really clear that he's an old pro, and he's earned the right. And before the Test match, we asked him if he was right to go, and we made a collective decision. He was absolutely adamant he was right to go. We saw how he went through it. We knew, I said before the last Test match, he's going to have to deal with a little bit of pain because the muscle part of injury has cleared 100%. We had another scan 2 nights ago. And his tendon's going to be sore. I mean, that's what happens with tendon injuries. He's going to be in a bit of pain, but it's 100% his decision to play. We worked together on it, and I'm confident, 100% confident that he's right to go for the Test match. Well, hopefully it impacts it a lot. But I've said this is going to be the survival of the fittest this summer. It's really interesting how many injuries there's been throughout this summer. We saw it. We suffered through it through the white ball series, if you remember, and through the Test series. I can't help, and we'll review this, I can't help but think that the IPL this year was in really, probably wasn't ideal timing for anyone, certainly for such a big series like this. I love the IPL. I look at the IPL now like I used to look at county cricket for our young players. They go and play county cricket, and it helps their cricket development enormously. I think it's the same with the IPL with our players now. It helps their white ball development. But the timing of it, because of what happened with COVID, probably wasn't ideal. And I just wonder whether that's having an impact on the injuries that we're seeing for both teams throughout the summer. So, I'm sure we'll all review that. And I've said when I was asked at the start of summer about Virat not being here, if Virat, you take your best players out of any team, whether it's our team or our opponent, of course it's going to have an impact, or it's potentially going to have an impact. So, but Test cricket's, like I keep saying, survival of the fittest, and we can't concentrate on what India are doing. We're just going to concentrate on what we're doing to make sure we're up for this contest.